Hello everyone, Gannon here, joined with Dylan, as per usual. Say hello, Dylan.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going very well for me. I'm sure the viewers are doing well. We can't talk to them right now, but we will talk to them later in the comments section. So this chapter, what we got, chapter 985, the new Onigashima plan, is just like all the chapters coming out from Wano, just seemingly getting better and better. And just like we're really it's grind time now. The war is starting. It's officially started in some context. But first thing I would like to talk about is from where we're reading the chapter, we could actually see the cover of the Shonen Jump magazine in which it was published, and it has Luffy on the front cover looking big and awesome, and he's holding a mangaka pen that says OP23. That is because One Piece is turning 23 next Wednesday on the 22nd. It's going to be its 23rd anniversary. So very cool illustration on the front cover there. We also have a color spread this chapter depicting Luffy, Law, and Kid on giant macaws eating bento, which is very, very lovely. Always good to see some new One Piece art. The secret back entrance of the Onigashima headquarters, there is a meeting between the Red Scabbards and Kondro. Kondro basically was like, yeah, no, I know the Red Scabbards are coming, and he's got a little preliminary force to go and deal with them, as though this is going to do anything. Because really, I mean, you have Kondro here, and he's got a bunch of what seem like baddies around him, and it's been basically implied that the Headless Horsemen who are on the horses were drawn by Kondro. Those are a product of his devil fruit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
Because Izo says headless warriors who are able to fight even though they are only paintings. So those are definitely a product of Kondro's devil fruit. How strong they actually are is probably up to how strong Kondro is, I imagine. But Kondro speaks about how he had Momonosuke in his custody. Momonosuke tried to stall him and run away, and he cut Kondro, and then Kondro basically beat the ever-living shit out of him. Which is just like, come on, guys, y'all let Momonosuke get away. You really can't be getting salty about that. I mean, the next page, we literally have Kawamatsu with a really, kind of angry, serious face. But Kawamatsu did kind of let Momonosuke get captured, so he should feel partly responsible for this.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Scabbards, just from this chapter alone, too, it seems like their strength is definitely getting hyped up. Like, we're going to see these...
I agree with that, especially with seeing Kiku in that one panel.
Oh, for sure. We're going to talk about Kiku here in a minute, because it's really exciting, but the Red Scabbards are definitely just going to probably... Their portrayal of the Red Scabbards is just going to get stronger from here on out.
Yeah, I agree.
So we have Izo here on the bottom, and Kondro just knows Izo as well as Kiku. So Kondro had contact with Izo at some point, so they recognize each other. And you go down to the next page, and yeah, they talk about how he beat the shit out of Momonosuke. Duke Dogstorm makes a comment on Cat Viper's new gun hand, which leads me to believe that, like, this is a new development. Their weapons... They haven't seen each other since they've actually got these, like, limb augmentations. So it sees here is that the only thing Kondro is really trying to do right here is stall time so that Momonosuke can be killed, which is, a very big cliche in all stories, especially in anime. When somebody's about to be killed, the lead villain always has to wait for the right moment, even though they could literally just take out, like, any weapon and just shoot them in the face if they wanted to. Mm-hmm. But villains, they gotta be flashy, they gotta try to make a statement. Kiku over here, mask on, just like you said.
Mask
on. Like, sporting really awesome samurai armor. Looks very similar to the Akaviri armor from Skyrim, which I actually just recently got my Skyrim playthrough. It says right here, retainer of the Kazuki clan, Kikunojo of the Lingering Snow. And Kiku then says, the scars left behind my blade linger even in the afterlife, right? Which is very cool.
Very cool.
Kiku's a badass. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
Kiku's probably top 4 of the strongest.
3, I would say, strongest. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say 3 just yet. I really don't know what they're capable of. Also, we do see Kiku later with blood on his blade. Have to remind myself that these are actually dudes. But we see blood on his blade later in the chapter. I'm waiting to see where that blood's actually from before I make a statement on Kiku's strength. Because if Kanjuro really did get murked, then that's, like, sick.
Yeah.
That's badass. So, Cat Viper is literally just like, Yosh, let's go. And he's got a gun hand, dude. I'm really wanting to see what this gun hand can do besides taking care of fodder. Because you know how I feel about guns in One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're useless against most people unless you're one of those, like, godlike hockey users who we believe are able to shoot bullets coated in hockey. So they literally got Ashura Doji with them too, who I definitely know is top 3 because he's...
Yeah, I would, easily.
Because he, like, literally contested Jack easily at the beginning of this arc, and he fought Odin one-on-one and, like, contested with him. Mm-hmm. And Odin, even then, was probably, like, low-tier Yonko level, like, easily, like, first commander level, bro. You know what I mean? Like, Odin's sick. So that's a feat in and of itself. I could confidently say Ashura Doji's in top 3. How do you feel, Dylan? How do you feel about Kiku?
Okay. I really like Kiku, right? Mm-hmm. And I think Kiku's in the top 3 with Ashura Doji and then Denjiro.
Denjiro, yes. Dude, I know.
Denjiro, I think, personally, is the strongest out of all the scabbards.
Dude, listen.
That's what I believe.
Listen,
I think Ashura Doji's number 2 with Kiku at 3.
That's actually, like, a really good list you've made, Dylan. Like, I kind of agree with it, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Denjiro, for one thing, is just, like, one of the most intelligent of the scabbards. He seems to also just, like, be strong just by the look of him. Just by his appearance. This guy kind of says strength. He's a jock. He's literally the most loyal and awesome member of the Scabbards because he stayed behind. He was here for this whole 20 years, roughing it out. You know what I mean? Kawamatsu was rotting in a cell. But Denjiro here was literally toughing it out incognito. Having to deal with all these bullshit people for the sake of the Kozuki clan. Dude, he's a true retainer. And he's just kind of huge. And he did scuffle with Zoro for like a second. And Zoro was like, who the fuck is this guy? This guy's like, he sensed from his aura that Zoro's like, dude, this guy's a jock. And yeah, they have a clash right here. The only thing I could say that I like about Kanjuro at this point is that his samurai sword is like a paintbrush. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's a little bitch. He's bitch made as fuck. They truly made him out to be the traitor, and they truly made him like a malicious asshole now. You could see when Kiku and him clash, though, that there's a hockey sparks. There's a dissipation of hockey. So these two definitely both like have their blades coated in some high tier hockey right now at this point. Because you can coat your shit in like base hockey, you know, the stuff that you use to just literally touch Logia users, and I don't feel like you'd get the same effect. You can see there's kind of a lightning, form of energy coming through. And Kiku's mask also looks really excellent in that panel. So, like I was saying before, it seems like they're just learning about the augmented limbs on Cat Viper and Duke Dogstorm, because he's like, what's up with your leg, Grau? And he's like, that's my two-bladed style. So, perhaps a buff. This dude's got like a sword leg now. I don't know, dude, because like, I've only been reading the One Piece manga since, like, a little bit before Whole Cake. And I don't really know, like, if they really just, like, juice it up for the anime. Because really, they're fighting here in these panels, and you can get a gist of it, but it's really not, it's not animated or brought to life. Like, you see Duke Dogstorm and Cat Viper, like, cutting up fodder, like, easily, but you really don't get to see him do it. And so I guess, you know, that's I hope that's like not consistent through the whole arc. Like I want to see more detailed fights, but I guess this is just like a preliminary thing. All right, inside the castle, Master Kaido's speech has started. Start the video, Denden Mushi. So we have an interaction here between Yamato and Luffy. They're talking, seem to be doing a little back and forth. Yamato seems like quite the free spirit, a little bit bossy, not afraid to argue. And those are like hoop earrings she's wearing. She's like cuter in this chapter, dude. They're making her cuter. But one thing I really would like to point out, are you looking at the same page right here?
Yeah,
with
and
Luffy.
It's the same thing I was gonna point out.
With Luffy standing right next to her, they made her smaller, dude. They legitimately made her smaller. Like she was literally like 2 to 2.5 times Luffy's height before. They were trying to make her like almost Odin-like going for that 12.5 feet. And now you could see like she's like 10 feet tall at most. In this, they literally shrunk her. Like, you could go back to previous panels and see like a size comparison. It seems like she's literally shrunk. So she's met Ace. Seems like a lot of people in Wano have met Ace. I could give a fuck. You know me and Ace. I'm an Ace hater.
Yeah.
like Ace is referenced in the story, and usually people get hyped up. They love Ace. I'm Ace's #1 hater, dude. Ace is lame. Sabo, Team Sabo all the way. The only
I don't mind Ace. I like Ace, but I definitely think Sabo is superior as a character for me personally.
Dude, Sabo's just better. He's like competent, intelligent, cool, smart, and he actually like has hockey and uses his devil fruit like intelligently, and he's like everything Ace should have been, but that Ace wasn't. So that's why I'm Team Sabo all the way, bro. So yeah, she's like, Luffy's like, you, Kozuki Oden, was a great guy everyone admired, right? You can't be Kozuki Oden. She's like, then you be him. So she gets a little bit mad when Luffy like proclaims that she cannot be Oden, because it seems like she really would like to be Oden. That's her whole shtick. She says she's not free. She's got these handcuffs that Kaido put on her, and they're the same ones that are used in the prison, probably designed by Queen. I think they might have even mentioned that they like a lot of this shit is designed by Queen. And Luffy's like, yeah, dude, I'll take those off. Luffy's a badass now, dude. Do you think there are characters in One Piece who could literally like break Sea-Stone cuffs like straight off them?
I think so. I think Rayleigh.
Like, did Luffy do that? Like, how did he get out the cuffs, bro? Like, do you...
When?
Like in, when they were in the prison earlier in this arc.
Oh, no. He didn't take them off. They just got taken off for him.
Like, did he get the keys to him?
No. Queen... Okay, I'm gonna refresh your memory. Queen, like, offered their freedom or whatever, I think. Something like that. If they could win in a sumo match. Right? And so they took off the handcuffs, and then they put on the neck... the neck collars.
Oh, and then they removed the neck collars with the hockey.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Luffy learned how to do Ryu to a degree, I think, right? And then he took the neck collar off himself?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So it wasn't the handcuffs, it was a neck collar. Thank you for reminding me. But anyways, remove them. It's been 20 years since my freedom was stolen from me. It's been 2 years since Whitebeard's Summit War. This is Kaido talking. And it seems right here, like, this is literally, like, the top-tier pirates in the verse, like, mobilizing against the rest of the world. This is kind of what's happening. This is the hype shit.
Yeah.
That, like, One Piece fans, literally since we've learned of the Yonko's existence and their strength, like, the shit that we've been thinking about in our head. Like, Whitebeard took his whole entire crew, a non-prime Whitebeard, by the way, a sickly Whitebeard, went to Marineford and fucked it up. So, One Piece fans, ever since that happened in, like, the existence of the Yonko, we've been wondering, what if Whitebeard showed up there, for one, in his prime? Or, like, what if Whitebeard literally showed up with another Yonko? Like, they're taking, like, most people would like to think, at least in that situation, that they're taking the dub. Now,
easily, I think.
I don't think easily, and for one reason. It's because, like, there are some people who, like, really, like, hype up the admirals, and they think that the admirals, like, it's my opinion that, like, no admiral would win in a 1v1 against, like, a Yonko, right?
I think it's, like, one admiral couldn't do it, but I think two definitely.
Two, yeah. It would be a struggle,
I think
but
two could.
Two definitely could and will, probably. It would definitely be a huge struggle. But I'm just saying, like, they had all three admirals there, and not to mention they had a Yonko-level character, Mihawk, among them. So, like, dude, Mihawk is Yonko level. Like, Mihawk is, if he's fighting Blackbeard, Blackbeard's getting his shit rocked. You know what I mean? So, no, dude, Blackbeard's getting his shit rocked. Anybody can come and argue with me about that in the comments, too, dude. Mihawk and Blackbeard in a 1v1, it is no competition.
I feel like we don't know enough. But personally, for me, just from the hype, I feel like, Blackbeard, Marine for Blackbeard, easily. Mihawk would have rocked his shit. No questions asked. But Blackbeard now...
You gotta think, right? You gotta think, like, Blackbeard has been alluded through literary devices to have, like, this crazy brute strength, and his body's different. He's kind of like a monster. But whenever we've seen him on screen, he's kind of been a blaring idiot. Like, he doesn't seem too, like, super adept at fighting. He kind of used his abilities when he got him, when he first got them, like an absolute monkey. Like, the dark fruit, he would just kind of, like, use simple abilities and everything.
Yeah.
But
real quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna make you said how every time we've seen Blackbeard, right, he just kind of seemed like a blaring idiot. What other character kind of just seems like an idiot from the surface?
Kaido?
Luffy?
Yeah, but listen, here's the thing.
And we see how competent Luffy is when it comes to fighting.
But
I definitely think Blackbeard
there's a difference here.
Different.
There's a difference here, because when Blackbeard was behaving like a blaring idiot, they were all in combat situations. Like, he literally led his entire crew against Magellan, and they literally all got murked, and they would have died.
Okay, that is okay. You do
like,
make a good
that
point
was
there.
stupid. Another thing.
You do make a good point.
Another thing, like, when he first started his fight with Ace, he kind of just, like, let himself get hit by some simple ass, like, Fire Fist attack. And I know he was kind of new with the dark fruit then, but it's just like, bro, like, are you putting on an act, or are you really this much of a simpleton? Mihawk is the contrast of that. Mihawk is the one character in the series whose whole power level in, like, skill set and his ability set come from him just having crazy fighting skill and instinct. Like, he is a true master of the blade. I honestly think Mihawk could, like, speed blitz, like, Blackbeard in like, win. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Mihawk's too smart for Blackbeard, and he's too powerful. Like, Mihawk could deadass just, like, cut this dude from far away. Blackbeard's strengths come from the fact that he has one of the most competent crews. Like, he's got a crew full of monstrous villains with all devil fruits. Shiryu would need to be there to protect Blackbeard from a slash from Mihawk, dude. Like, Blackbeard is not going to absorb a slash from Mihawk with the dark fruit. And he's not going to counter it with the Gura no Mi, dude. It's just not fucking happening. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
Mihawk, in my opinion, is one of the few characters who's not like a Yonko that is, like, legitimately Yonko level. Like, he could fight 1v1 with other Yonkos. And I say this, like, the biggest evidence piece here is because he's, like, Shanks equal, almost. And Shanks could definitely toe-to-toe with whoever the fuck he wants. But anyways...
Okay, I know, you know, I see what you're saying now. And I agree now. I just had to... Yeah.
Like, dude, think about it this way, dude. Mihawk literally lives in solitude because he's so strong. He literally does and goes wherever the fuck he wants. And he's not scared of anyone. He just, like, as soon as Whitebeard showed up, he's just like, slash! Let me send a slash, like, literally 5 miles this way towards Whitebeard's face. So I can measure the distance between us and that man. Mihawk is Yonko level on an individual scale, right? He doesn't have, like, obviously, like, a Yonko crew or anything that makes somebody a Yonko, but, like, he can definitely, like, 1v1 the other Yonkos. Anybody who disagrees with that, like, leave it down in the comments. Let me know why. I'm really interested to hear. All right, next panel. Kaido talks about how the Marine HQ is fully confident in their new force against them. So it seems like they're aware of what's the new force called? Again, remind me, Dylan. Do you remember?
I don't think it's been named yet. I'm pretty sure it was
Oh,
made
it's like
Vegapunk.
it's like Sword or something. It's called.
No, I don't think it's Sword.
Dude, it's got an.
It's like no, actually no, it does have a name, but like there's not much. Like we don't know. Hold on.
Dude, it's like Sword.
I think
I swear to God, it's like Sword. Yeah, it is. It's called Special Unit Sword. SWORD. And the only known members are Kobe and X Drake.
Really?
We don't even know like what it means, like Sword. It's obviously like an acronym for something. We don't know. But they're aware of Sword. They're aware of basically everything that's going down, dude. They're top dogs, so they're aware of it. But here's the big proclamation. This chapter is that they're going for the One Piece. They're not only going for the One Piece, but they're linking up. And they're also going after the world's strongest weapons, the ancient weapons. And we only know of one ancient weapon, like, actually, like, concretely. And that's Shirahoshi.
Yeah, besides.
To my knowledge, the only one we really know is Pluton, and those are, like, plans for a ship. Like, Pluton's a ship, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And,
it is.
And the plans were destroyed back in the Annie's Lobby arc.
But the real, like, the first Pluton still exists.
Yes. So
where also real quickly, sorry, side note, where do you think that is? Do you think it's in Alabasta, or do you think it's somewhere totally different?
Definitely not in Alabasta, dude. Alabasta's lame as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, dude, definitely not in Alabasta. If it's in Alabasta, dude, that's crazy. No, actually, it might be in Alabasta because it seems like the Nefertari family are having like a pivotal role in the story back at Reverie, so that actually is a slight possibility.
Mm-hmm. I think it would make sense if it was in Alabasta.
Yeah, it kind of would make sense.
Because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Crocodile asked, what's his name? Cobra? The king of Alabasta. I'm pretty sure he asked him, like, about Pluton first, and then about the poneglyphs.
Oh, yeah, that's what
and
Crocodile's whole
I feel like
plan
there's
was.
no reason to ask him about Pluton for, like, I feel like the reason the poneglyph that basically had Pluton's location on it was in Alabasta in like an old like royal tomb. I feel like it would make sense if it was in Alabasta, hidden somewhere.
Whether or not it's in Alabasta or not, the Nefertari family are definitely going to be linked to Pluton in some way, I feel like. Because the Nefertari family, if you don't remember, they were so like all the kings used to be like nobles or something, and they just kind of like left and they went off and created their own kingdoms. And the Nefertari family actually used to be like celestial dragons or something, and they chose to just go down and be regular people and just like have their own kingdom. So the celestial dragons don't fuck with them in the first place. Nefertari Vivi, last time we heard from her, there was a headline alluding to her death, like her assassination basically. So Big Mom comes into the area where Kaido's giving this announcement, and I was making a comment about this before we started, but it is so cool to see characters popping up on the screen with a 4.388 billion berry bounty, dude. It's just so fucking cool. Like, it really lets us know that we're in the final stretch here of the One Piece story. Like, we're really meeting the top dogs of the Yonko saga, and we're getting familiarized with them. It's really awesome. The big shocker here. The big shocker, dude. Like, one of the biggest shockers of the chapter, and I think I was literally BMing Big Mom this whole time for how incompetent she is. Carrot and Nami are fucked. And she's got Zeus in her hand, dude. So, clap, dude. Good on you, Lin. I'm proud of you. Fuck. Give her a pat on the back, bro. She actually managed to like, get Carrot and Nami. Which is like a feat, dude. It's almost a feat for her. It lets us know that she's not completely incompetent. Great fucking job. I'm actually really happy to see Nami and Carrot right there, like, fucked on the floor. Zeus, dude. Zeus is looking sad in her hands. That's really funny. He's looking straight up dead. And you know what's crazy about Big Mom's Devil Fruit is that it's kind of shit. Like, her main strength comes from the power that she can,
okay.
Listen, the only strength of her Devil Fruit, right, like the real one, is the fact that she's able to, like, take pieces of her soul and make, like, really good homies. Like Zeus and Prometheus, which literally give her, like, extra abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, being able to cast out fire and lightning from your hands is really like an ability type of its own. But her fruit allows her to have that. Beyond that, seems like she can just, like, pump out soul energy to create a bunch of useless, creepy-looking homies that like, literally any of the Straw Hats I feel like could take care of. Like, these things are fucking... They're not really that dangerous. And then like, the main power play of her Devil Fruit is the fact that she's literally able to steal lifespans from people, but only those who fear her.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, you just have to be, like, fearless, and you're, like, omitted. So, it's useless against top-tier enemies. When I first heard that she was able to steal lifespan from people, I was like, holy shit, she's a god. She's a god. She can manipulate life and death. But no, it's really not that serious, bro. It's really not that serious. Little back and forth between Kaido and Big Mom. Don't want to go into it. Next page, the big kicker here. We're going for the One Piece, baby. They're going for the One Piece. So they've got 2 poneglyphs. We know for sure they both each have one. One resides on Zou. And then there's a 4th one, which, I don't know, could be in possession by the world government or Shanks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Shanks has one, though, because Shanks weirdly doesn't really have much interest in finding the One Piece or anything. I feel like he probably could have if he wanted to by now. Even though it's been confirmed that he didn't go to Raftel. The existence of the ancient weapons will surely cause fear and wars across the world. Be prepared. It's a chaotic world we've been waiting for. So Kaido's literally, like, trying to fuck up the entire Earth right now. Literally,
yeah,
like...
He really is.
Like, you remember from his reveal, Dylan, like, he was like, oh, that damn Whitebeard managed to die. Why the fuck can't I die? He's like, I'm gonna start a big war and just fuck everything up until I die. And Orochi's like, didn't expect that, goofufu. And Luffy's like, it's mine! The One Piece, he wants that shit. Those who are working with Orochi choose, you can either, like, choose to join Kaido and live in the lawless area, a paradise, otherwise known as New Onigashima. And he's, like, telling the remainder of the people who, like, are loyal to Orochi but live in Wano, they're like, you know, you could join us or not, you can join us or die, so they're obviously going to join him. And so, basically, he creates... Oh, we have to put the people of the flower capital work and increase the number of weapon factories. Orochi contests this. He's like, hey, Kaido, wait, the flower capital is my territory. Who do you think gave you all the weapons? Slash! Big slash! Orochi gets his head cut off. And you said before, Dylan, like, when you were reading this, you said out loud that, like, Orochi is dead. He's clearly not dead, dude.
Are you sure?
Dude, he's clearly so not fucking dead, and I'll tell you why.
Actually, no. No, I know why. No, I know why.
Two reasons.
Why.
The second one's the bigger reason. The first one is that, like, Oda isn't the type to, like, literally chop some dude's head off like that. Like, that's a little bit too explicit for One Piece. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, if he literally just chopped his head off and he was dead and that's the end of it, dude, that would be such a lame ending for Orochi as a character. Second, he literally has a Hydra fruit, dude. And the whole shtick of a Hydra is that when you cut off their heads, they just keep on growing back. So this dude is not dead. Kaido literally did this to shut him up. I bet he's done this before. Like, if we're going to be honest. I think he's aware of Orochi. It's either he's aware of Orochi's ability and he's doing this just to show Orochi who the boss is, or Kaido's ignorant to the fact that Orochi can survive, like, with his head cut off, and Orochi is going to get back up, be pissed, and then, like, probably start working against Kaido. Like, he won't be an ally to the attacking forces But he'll
just be a third
He'll
party.
be a third party, probably looking to fuck up Kaido's schemes. So Orochi's definitely not fucking dead, dude. I refuse to believe he's dead. He's definitely not dead. That's super explicit.
No.
Like you see his head on the floor in shadow, and he looks like he's got a scowl on his face, like he's pissed. Orochi's definitely not dead.
Yeah, no, I definitely forgot about his fruit and the fact that he has a Hydra fruit. So no, he definitely isn't dead. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, no way. Yamato and Luffy crash through the ceiling. Everybody's like, Lord Orochi is dead. He's definitely not dead, guys. You could just chill. But here's the kicker. To prepare ourselves for the final war that's coming, we're going to turn this country into the Pirate Empire. So 2 things that could happen here. Wano is literally the start of the final war. And, like, we're going to go through the Wano war, and we're just going to keep on fighting, and everybody's going to show up. It's going to turn into this big war. Probably not going to happen. We're going to have the Wano war. It's going to be the end of the Yonko saga. Luffy is going to have to defeat the Yonko to some degree. And then, through Wano, he's going to obtain the means to actually pursue the One Piece. Perhaps a mini arc and a mini stop in Elbaf. And then they're going to the final war. And then there's also probably going to be another small Reverie arc. Okay, and then below that, to the Flower Capital, that's the end of Wano. Kiku is crying. She said earlier, what did she say? Like, I need to go back and read this, because she says, just as the snow left in spring, the wound I'm going to give you will keep hurting your soul. Dude, she's like crying, and then there's a little panel right there with blood dripping off her blade. I really want to see Kanjuro fucked up in the next chapter. I want Kiku to literally have won that skirmish. That's what's going to make me happy. But I might also just be disappointed, and that might be the blood of some fodder idiot. I don't know. I think Kiku's crying because either she's still crying from the thought of Momonosuke hanging, or because even though Kanjuro is a traitor, she just kind of did slay a friend and a comrade in a way, because she did know Kanjuro for the longest time. Mm-hmm. So, a couple possibilities right there. What do you think happened?
I definitely think she killed Kanjuro. Because I don't think they would, Oda would show, blood dripping down her blade, and then her crying, right next to each other.
One reason why Kanjuro's death might be necessary is because, at this point in time, Orochi, well, not Orochi, but Kaido and his goons aren't taking the attack on Onigashima seriously. They're kind of ignorant to it. They know it's a possibility that the samurai could show up, but they're not really too pressed. Here's Kanjuro taking matters into his own hands, coming to distract them and actually fight them. If Kanjuro survives, he could come and actually warn them that they're coming, and it's a real threat. So Kanjuro might need to be, put out right here. He might need to get murked. So yeah, I really want Kanjuro to get murked. That dude's a little bitch. Mm-hmm. This country is now going to be named New Onigashima, and its shogun will be my son, Yamato. Master Yamato is here. As if that's going to happen, you shitty old man. Show me the way quickly or Momo's going to get killed. Somebody says contact the Flying Six. So, one of the members of the Flying Six is probably going to show up and skirmish with Luffy and them. And they're definitely going to attempt to rescue on Momonosuke next chapter. And I think Luffy's going to be the one to save him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, crazy fucking chapter, Dylan. Crazy ass chapter. Things are really going into motion. Absolutely. Anything you would like to share right now? Any thoughts or feelings?
I don't think so. Not really. Just great chapter.
What do you rate it out of 10?
9.
9. I don't give it a 9 just because...
8.5.
I think I'm going to give it... Honestly, I'm going to give it a 7.5. The things that held it together were okay, we're finding the One Piece and everything. And I feel like Orochi's decapitation was really supposed to shock me, but it didn't shock me at all just because I know that dude's not dead. Like, it is cool that Kaido straight up took a samurai sword and cut this dude's head off. Like, you know, that was some real thug shit right there. Some OG thug life shit from Kaido. But it's just like, I know what's going to happen. So it didn't shock me that much. Kiku was a really good highlight this chapter. Yamato got cuter and shorter for some reason. And yeah, no, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it. That's a level, that's a skill that's definitely based off a level of enjoyment. Things I'm most looking forward to right now, King. I want to see Yamato also have a real fight, because she's probably stronger. She's definitely brute strength stronger than Sanji, but Sanji these days has a lot of advantages, like, aside from brute strength. He's definitely, like, can turn invisible, and he's fast as fuck. Dude's fast as fuck. Like, remember when people were always discussing who the fastest member of the Straw Hats was, and it was by canon in a 100-meter race, like Oda always said that it would be Brook. Not anymore, dude. Sanji's definitely the fastest right now, besides Luffy, obviously, because Luffy can just go and Snake Man. Just do insane shit at this rate.
Yeah.
But besides Luffy, Sanji's definitely the fastest and the most slippery of the crew. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been me and Dylan's review of chapter 985? Yeah, 985, the new Onigashima plan. This is also, I believe, the 4th episode of the One Piece podcast, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any questions or concerns or anything you'd like to discuss, please leave it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please slap a like on it. And with that, we are going to have to see you guys next chapter in the next one. Peace.
Goodbye.